The season finale for Rooster came out last week, and finally got to watch it. I liked it. I liked the show. Overall, I thought that the jokes were very funny. I thought the characters, especially supporting cast in it, was really good. But I was really impressed with Steve Carell's character Greg, who plays a professor, like a cool, like everybody wants to be this guy's friend type of professor, and also a dad who was very good at parenting, but also like there's obviously flaws that everybody has, but I feel like he was a good parent. But he was the main character of this show, and he is a person who actually never got to go to college. He was a dude who was an author of a really famous book series with a character named Rooster, and it was a character that I believe he felt like he always wanted to be, and I guess he got to be that in season 1. But I really liked this character. I really liked how much he helped a lot of characters in this show, and I loved the campus atmosphere with these different characters. I know we only were in a couple of different spots, like his home, the cafeteria, the classrooms for different characters as well, and we'll get to that. But I really liked how grounded, how I felt like I was actually there for a lot of the sequences, and I just really love the comedy. And it's not just Steve Carell that was just a really good piece to a major piece to the show. It was the supporting cast, and huge shout out to Charlie Clive. She plays Katie, Greg's daughter in this show. Really loved her. Really loved how funny she was with a lot of the times. It seemed like she was emotionless when she would say stuff, but she was just very funny. And her and Steve Carell, I actually did believe that was her daughter. That was his daughter, because she did a very good job, and she was very believable to me. And they had really good chemistry, if that makes sense. They had really good moments with each other. And Steve Carell as a dad, I mean, I know he's old, but he really did play a good part as the dad in this show. And one of the scenes that I thought was really good, there are a lot in the show, and that's why I really liked it, mainly between how he was trying to help her through the certain situation that she gets in, because this is a wacky show, this is a crazy show, and what she starts off doing in this show to get into the chaos of what happened was she accidentally lit her ex's, or actually her still husband's, house on fire by accident, and it caused a lot of, okay, dad's got to stick in teach some college students, since she has to step out. He got to make up for a couple of lessons, and she may get fired. Spoiler, she doesn't, but love it because it made more chaos on campus. There were a lot of other really good supporting cast with it too. Phil Dunster, if you guys don't know who that is based off the name, that is a character who plays Jamie Tart in Ted Lasso. He plays a really annoying professor in this show who I was happy with the end result with. I don't know if there's going to be a season 2 for the show yet, but if there is, I kind of hope there's no redemption for this guy. I know it's bad to say, but I really hope there's no redemption for this guy. If there is, bring in somebody else. Have him leave these women alone. I'm tired of it. Get him out of here. But his character, all jokes aside, was very good in this show. Very annoying, but very well played and well played out. Another character who was really good, Dylan Shepard, who was played by Danielel Deadwyler. She recently, and I'm not trying to say too much on this, but I saw her in a recent episode of Euphoria. She was playing the mother of Alamo, and she's a very good actress. I'm trying to remember what else she's in, but in the stuff that I've seen her in, she's very good at what she does. In this show, I wish she had a little bit more parts in it, because I feel like she does have a major role in it. Don't get me wrong. She is, I believe, the head of all academics, the academic director. And what she says goes. The professors report to her, but I feel like I wanted a little bit more from her character. I think it went more into Greg and Katie, which is obviously what you need to go with, along with Archie, or Jamie, whatever you guys want to call him. I just don't like him. I feel like we got more of them, but I wish we got more of her. I feel like at the start, in the first 2 episodes, maybe even 3, we had a good, especially episode 1, I really loved her in episode 1. I thought that whole awkward interaction she had with Greg was unbelievably funny. I was hoping they would play a little bit more into that, but it kind of chilled out a little bit, where it was okay, Dylan was chill with Greg, and it was okay, I mess with you, you're cool, we could be friends, let's talk a little bit more and have some fun. But besides that, she was the observer of all this chaos that was going on, which isn't bad, but I wish there was some of that chaos getting towards her too. And I know it's a bad thing to say, but I just wish that, I think it would have been so funny to see how she was dealing with the same type of stuff that Katie, that Greg, that Archie, even stinking Sunny, who I'll get to soon, was going through. But she was a really cool character. And if there really is a season 2, I hope they can bring her into the chaos as well. I hope. Because there were just so many times, it was just, felt like sometimes she was a little bit off the side, but she had the right comedic relief that was unbelievably funny. I felt like she was an audience member like us, where it was like, she was hearing the stuff that was going on, and she was just like, so you're not going to do that again, right? Right? Okay, that's cool. So now, give you a warning, let's go. Let's just forget about all this happened. Let's go. Let's go get some ice cream. Let's go ride a little electric bike, motorcycle, whatever thing. I think those things are cool. I just don't know what they're called. And let's just put it under the rug. Let's put whatever just happened under the rug. But I still loved her character. Still really did. Like a lot of these characters I'm gonna mention, like Sunny, played by I apologize if I butcher this name, Lauren Tsai. Really liked her as well. She was a character I felt bad for because she was with Archie, and I don't like Archie at all. But she was really funny, and she had like dry comedy, but she was just very like, the point she hit at certain times whenever certain characters were talking to her was unbelievably funny. She had a straight face 24/7, but whenever she said certain things and whenever she said certain jokes, even though they didn't feel like they were supposed to be jokes, was very on point. And I just really liked her character. I feel bad for her, but I really liked her. Same with Christy, played by Annie Mumolo, I want to say. Annie Mumolo. She was incredibly funny. She was one of my favorite side characters because she ends up being one of the love interests to Greg, and also didn't know that she was the mother of Tommy, another side character who I grew to love, played by Maximo Salas. But just trying to wrap it up a little bit more, love all, like, this whole supporting cast. I love the students. I loved the professors. It gave me like vibes of the English teacher, and I'm still sad that they canceled it because I was looking forward to season 3. Because season 1, I was like, this is pretty good. Season 2, I was like, wow, this is really good. And I really started to like all these other characters. I got to know them, and then all of a sudden you cancel the show, and I'm like, well, great. Built me up for what? But I'm getting that with this. I feel like I like this season 1 more than the English teacher season 1 more, but it still was very funny and interesting. I think there's still more that needs to be told, but it's still a good start. It's still a very good start. And I think for I don't know if this is a book series or something that's being adapted from the past, but I really like it. And I think that I would really like to see a season 2 to see how things play out. I think the way it ended, even if it were to get canceled, I think I still would watch this again. And I feel like it had a good enough ending where it's like, okay, you know what? HBO, I get it. You canceled it, and I'm going to be mad about it for a bit, but I can still go back and watch the show again from episode 1 to episode 9, I believe, 9 or 8 episodes, and I'll still be satisfied because it was that nice to watch. Even the cop that was in the show was really funny. The hockey arc that they had for a second, I thought was funny. I thought they would play that a little bit more into that. Because I thought it was interesting, and also because I kind of like hockey. I know I'm a basketball guy, and I don't want to claim I'm baseball. I love the Dodgers, but I don't know too much about stats and stuff to say I'm a baseball fan. You know what? I'm a Dodger fan. I'm going to say that. I'm a Dodger fan. Boom. But hockey is cool. You guys ever go see a hockey game? It's unbelievably cool. And it's gladiators on ice. Very dangerous, but I love whenever I see certain scenes with hockey in it. I'm a huge D1 to D3 Mighty Ducks fan. I love that movie. And anything hockey you give me, I love it. But I wish... Well, actually, no, because Greg getting involved when that was pretty good, but it was overall a really good show. A lot of chaos, and even me just mentioning hockey with this show just tells you a little bit of how crazy this gets. A professor teaching and coaching hockey? What happened? You got to watch the show. You really do. Like, that's how crazy it got. But I really enjoyed this, and every episode there was just something crazy, something crazier. So I told you in episode 1, Greg's daughter burns down her husband's house. Episodes 2 through 8 or 9 is when it gets crazier over and over again. So I'm trying to think. I was thinking after episode 1 and how she burned down the house, I'm thinking, how much crazier can this show get? And I'm thinking maybe it gets to that point where it's just total destruction everywhere on campus. Not quite that, but it was still very enjoyable. And the reason why it was enjoyable is because there is drama, and it's not like crazy anxiety-ridden drama that hits you. It's more of like drama where you're trying to see where it's going, and it's surprising but not like, oh my gosh, eat some popcorn surprising. It's more of like, oh wow, why would you say or do that? What is wrong with you? Oh my goodness. Wow, you're unhinged. All that. And that mainly goes with, and I think that's what carries it to me, the love triangle between Katie, Sunny, and Archie. I think that was the one reason why I was really watching it the most after episode 1, because obviously when Greg comes in, like, I'm loving how he gets to experience college. I'm loving how he gets to teach these students how to be better writers and also talk about like his life and what he's missing along with them. But it was very addicting to me to want to know, is he going to stick with Sunny or stick with Katie? Because this is where the bomb drops, okay? This is where the bombshell drops. Archie, the man whose house gets burned down, has an affair with a student, and that student was Sunny. The student was Sunny. And, you know, the wife finds out Katie. She's mad, rightfully so, going in on him. But then another bombshell drops, which I just went, oh my gosh, you're screwed, bro. You're done. You're dead. Archie finds out from Sunny that she is pregnant. Instantly. Oh my gosh, how is this going to play out? What is going to happen? And it's crazy. Like, it's through the rest of these episodes, I'm just wondering, who is he going to end up with? Because I know it's not just going to be a simple, like, yeah, well, I got her pregnant. I'm going to stay here with her, and we're just going to see each other through the halls, and that's it. No, I knew there was going to be some points where they're going to go back and forth of there's still feelings there. Probably going to have a little bit of love triangle. That's what was going through my head through this time. But this was interesting because it took its time way more than I expected. And it went all the way till the last episode. And the last episode is probably my favorite part. Like, the first episode, loved it, but the last episode, really love it, because in these last few episodes, Archie is playing with both of them. Archie is saying, like, I want to build a life with Sunny, but then he's going back to thinking Katie, going like, actually, I really want to be with you. Obviously, she's still feeling him. Obviously, Sunny is obviously feeling him, but Katie is the one who's like, nah, something feels a little bit off. So then Archie, playing with both of them, gets a decision. I love Sunny because she's super smart. Love her. And I hope that she continues her career on, because I think she's funny. Like, I really do. But gives Archie an ultimatum. Yo, it's either me or her. And you're thinking he's probably going to choose her. But he goes to Katie, says, I'm going to need you to decide if there really is a chance we can get back together. I'm going to need you to let me know. Take all the time you need. I'm going to need you to let me know. 3 or 4 minutes pass by in episode time. Next thing you know, it comes back to her. Yeah, I'm going to need you to tell me now. And then she's like, whoa, I can't really decide yet. So then when she says that, goes back to Sunny. Hey, so you know what? I'm in. And then just ignores Katie. But then all of a sudden, stuff happens with Sunny, goes back. That's how crazy it is. Goes back to stinking Katie. Katie's like, wow, well, you barely gave me time. But you know what? Let's try it. And then there's that whole thing. And finally, because that's another thing that goes through the show, Greg is still trying to be a father to his daughter, Katie, who is a little bit more grown. But through this show, he's learning to accept that everybody around him needs to grow up, but he needs to realize that his daughter's grown now, and he needs to let her make her own mistakes, her own decisions, just let her live. And that's what he ends up doing. It's a very good decision, because she gets the biggest test there. Should I go back to my ex? Should I go back to my cheating husband that cheated on me with a grad student? And I thought low-key she was gonna, say, you know what? Let's try it again. Let's make some more drama and bring back that other student for season 2, Sunny, where she's pregnant, probably has a kid. Now there's a whole awkward vibe in season 2 coming back. But no, instead, she talks to Archie and says, I can't do this. I really can't. You're not a good person, and I'm just going to do my own thing. That's what I decide. Screw you. Have a good rest of your life. So she leaves. And then Archie, funniest scene in the whole show, because in the middle of that too, before they have that talk, Sunny says, I'm going to need you to give me an answer, because he tries to break up with her during this whole thing. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to be leaving on this plane. I need you with me there. If you aren't with me, I know exactly what your answer is. So right after Katie dumps him fully and says she wants a divorce, he goes running back to Sunny running. And I'm just laughing because I'm like, if this guy gets to be with Sonny, I'm gonna be so mad. I actually might not like this show. But the one character that makes the whole show is Sonny's roommate, who always keeps going back and forth with Archie, and it's so funny. I love her. She's there in the apartment. He runs in. Hey, where's Sonny? I'm Sonny. I'm here. I'm trying to leave with you. And the character, the woman, what's her name? She was so funny. This is my favorite part of the show. Where is she? Oh my goodness, IMDb does not have her listed. That is disrespectful because she dropped the greatest line. Oh yeah, Sonny was here, but we put her on a flight earlier. 3 hours ago she left. And I went, she's been gone for 3 hours? 3 hours. And she's like, oh, you missed her. I was like, thank the Lord. I love Sonny's roommate. I'm so glad she did that. Because Sonny's roommate knew from the jump. She was like, this guy is terrible. And I was rooting for her. Like, every time she was rudely interrupting him, arguing with him over and over again, I was like, you go. You keep grilling him because he's a terrible person. And it just keeps showing over and over again in the show. And I'm just like, I'm trying to see if I can find her because, oh, there she is, Mo. Mo, played by Robbie Hoffman. I love you, Mo. I thought what you did was funny. I thought it was incredible, and you saved the show. Even though the show was already still going good, that moment really clicked for me. But it was a very funny scene, and it was a very aha moment. Because if he were to get back with one of them, or if he were to end up with one of them at the end of the show, I would have been very mad, because he didn't deserve either of them. Sonny and Katie were very good people, very intelligent young women who deserved better, and they realized that. And even if people in the debate going like, well, Sonny's friend Mo knew, and Sonny kind of knew too. She kind of did. She was just a very loyal, chill person. But I love that moment. I really liked that out of the culmination of the whole show. Just loved that was the final, like, nail in the coffin to let us go to Greg's party in peace. Because if it got crazier than that, I would have been like, oh, man, I can't wait until season 2. But I'm trying to think. I think that was the biggest highlight. Like, I really love the stuff with Tommy and Greg. Like how Greg was a father figure to Tommy that he pretty much needed through the whole show. I think that was fun. I think that was really nice too, because during that time, he's trying to be a father to Katie, but Katie, being more grown than Tommy and everything, kind of doesn't really need that right now. She needs to be able to make her own decisions and make her own mistakes. And in that meantime, through those episodes before that, Greg's helping Tommy out, who really does need a father figure. And I thought that was really nice in the show. I thought that was really great for a person who, like Tommy, who's cool. He was like, I'm not really trying to be in college. This isn't really for me. I don't think I can do this. And Greg is one of the only other people who believes he can do this, besides his mom, who is one of the love interests to Greg, who you find out about later, Christy. Okay, there were 10 episodes. I apologize. But it's just it was so nice to see, especially that moment between Tommy and Katie, where I believe it was on episode 7 or 8. I believe it was 8, where Tommy bumps into Katie in the middle of the cafeteria, and he's in a good mood. He's like, yo, like, I'm getting my grades up in my classes, like, everything's going good. Oh, hey, that's the daughter of Greg, or Rooster, whatever he called him. And then he just decides to go up and talk to Katie, and it's just an awkward moment, because Katie's just sitting there going like, yeah, okay, please leave me alone. But then Tommy, he makes her realize something really good. He's just like, man, like, your dad's so cool. Like, I really wish that he could have been my dad. Like, I feel like he should have. Like, I know that he's your dad and all that. And I know this is probably an awkward conversation, but, I never really had a dad. And so it's great that, you have somebody like that. And thank you. And it was just awkward. But then she's like, you need to leave now. But it makes her realize, yeah, I really do have a dad I can go to, because she was in the middle of a conundrum. And she goes, knocks on his door, and just sits down on the porch with him and tells him about her situation, about what's going on, why it's messing with her. And it was just so nice to see that. But that's one of the reasons why, a lot of the reason why I appreciate this show, because Greg was able to be or experience something that he never got to experience, college, and be a whole different person and experience that. But he was also able to still accomplish his goal of being there for his daughter, but he was also there for other people. So it was just a full circle moment where it's like, he got to be a dad and help out his daughter when she needed him most, but he also got to help out students, including one specific student who really needed a dad, and it was nice. But yeah, for this show, I'm probably going to give it an 8 out of 10, because I would definitely watch this again, especially watching that first episode again. I have to, because those first interactions and the craziness that happened, so good. But I really liked it, and I think you would too. If there are Despicable Me fans, Steve Carell, any type of anything from The Office, any version that you've seen of Steve Carell in any show, any movie, you need to watch this show because it's one of his best. Definitely love this character for him, and I think you would love it as well. If you love The English Teacher, any type of comedy that takes place in a school, a college, you name it, this is the show for you, especially since it's so original. It's HBO Max. It's something different. Definitely not as crazy as The Office, but definitely pretty close to funny. I don't know. The Office has some funny moments, but this has some real good comedy. And obviously, if you're comedy fans, definitely, I highly recommend you guys watch this because it's so nice. It's well shot too. But you guys need to watch this show. It was really good. I don't know if it gets season 2, but if anybody's watching this who is interested or is thinking about it, please watch it too, because then drive up the viewership, get us to a season 2. If